Let me tell you a very Nigerian story. In 2022, a man in Lagos bought a car worth 6.8 million. 6 months later, armed robbery. He cried, of course. Car gone. Then he remembered, oh my God, I have insurance. But he bought third party for his car. Same time when he was doing his papers. He walked into the insurance office full of hope and confidence, as should be normally. Now, it's 2 weeks later after the claim has been filed that the car has been missing. 1 month later, 3 months later, still no payment. Today, that same man tells people insurance is a scam. But here's the painful truth most Nigerians don't want to hear. Insurance did not fail him, neither did the company steal his money. He never understood how insurance actually works. And if you don't understand, you will keep losing money whether you buy insurance or not. Today, I am going to break down like never before how insurance companies work in Nigeria and how they get their money, how they pay claims, how some claims fail, and how to protect yourself. And lastly, how insurance can literally change your financial life. No grammar, no stories, the real Nigerian explanation. The first lesson is how does insurance get their money? Let's start with the basics. Insurance is not magic like some people think because you just have insurance. Like the man, because he had third party, he felt like since his car was snatched from his hand, insurance should give him back his car. It doesn't work that way. Insurance is not magic, it's a pool. Imagine 1,000 people pay 10,000 naira each into one pot. Automatically, that pot now has 10 million naira, right? Now, only 10 people will likely have accidents, maybe fire incidents or deaths, or even loss in a particular year. So what happened? The money from the many pays for the few, and that is insurance. One time I asked a client, he bought a new car, and I asked him, what is your plan for your car? He said, he would like to do advanced insurance because I had already given him some education on it. And that's advanced insurance. Practically, it's him paying 60K for a 1 million naira compensation in case of accidents only. Accidents only. But it was insisting that, okay, what if my car gets snatched? The insurance company should come through and pay me. And I was like, sir, that is why you're paying 60,000 naira for just 1 million naira damage. If any accident happens to your car, it's going to only take care of your car's damage to the tune of 1 million naira. If you want them to replace your car, you know what to do. Then he went on to say insurance is making money from every other person, everybody that pays into them. Then I told him, we need 16 persons to pay same plan as him, that is 60K, to get him a payout of the 1 million naira that he needs. So what profit did I make from those 16%? Because you can go out now, get hit by a reckless driver, you call me, text, this is what happened. I say take a picture or take a video of the scenario and send to me, we process it. And maybe when you go out, the repairs and everything costs for like maybe 800 or 750. I've given you an amount almost equal to 16 persons' money. How did I make money from the 16 persons? He didn't say anything at this point. But here is something people don't understand. Aside from the pool, insurance companies get money from 5 main sources. Number 1 is premium, which is the main source, the one I explained earlier, where people get to pay for this risk they are transferred to the insurance companies and saying the insurance company should carry it. So that is a pool of funds. Practically, this is money that you pay. It doesn't matter if it's 1,000 naira or 1 million naira, it is called premium. Motor insurance, health insurance, life insurance, whatever insurance you want to cover. That is what that money you pay to the insurance company is called premium. So that is one way we make our money from the pool. Because millions of Nigerians pay small amounts, but only a few percentage will actually make claims. Why? Not because they don't come to the insurance industry and the insurance companies and they don't pay them their claims. It's the fact that some people actually pay for this insurance, but they don't believe in it. They go ahead having this accident and so many issues and never go to claim. This amount. So only a few is going to come and claim and we're going to pay from there. So number 2 is investing, our silent money machine. Like this one is something that we do silently. It's not something that is so much out there, but it's one way to get the money because at the end of the day, no matter how much you want to do a pool of funds, like, it's not really sustainable. How can we make more money so that at least you know that your 1,000 naira is giving you, so I exactly. Insurance companies don't keep your money idle. La la la. And we don't just keep it all because you've paid premium. It's a pool of funds just going to be there. We're going to wait for the few persons that is going to make claim. But forgetting that those few persons are going to make claim, like I said, that man now, if he has a damage, 16 people's money is going for him. So we have clients and people in oil and gas that we actually cover or insure their businesses worth over 50 billion naira. So how many people will have to pay exactly for us to be able to pay to them? So most times we always have to deliver. So regardless of anything, what we do is insurance companies don't keep your money. What we do is invest in treasury bills, safe investments, treasury bills, federal government bonds, real estate, blue chip stocks, and infrastructure projects. That's why big insurers are calm, even during crises. Like, we have never had issues with big companies. It's always from like simple one-on-one individuals, people that, like, you could see companies that actually have their businesses insured for like 50 billion, 15 billion in Nigeria. Most times you don't have issues with these companies, you have issues with individuals. And why? Because these big companies already understand how insurance works. They know that their money is safe, and even if there's an investment being done with the money that they have paid, which is called premium, it is done with safe investments where you lose close to nothing. Another way we also make money in insurance is reinsuring. Every country in the world that has to do with insurance always do what they call reinsurance, especially when the weight is so much. So there are insurance companies that are just for insurance companies, like the normal insurance companies that you know. They have this company that they go to reinsure these things that we have. So regardless of what happened, money will come out, money will fall out. Especially when the risk is too big, Nigerian insurance share it, and it's not just them. It happens all over the world. When the insurance is too big, when the thing that they're insuring is too big, it's being shared. So let's say, for example, now we have an oil and gas company, we have oil and gas servicing companies that are really huge. These are people that buy equipment worth over $400,000, $600,000. It's crazy, huge amounts of money. So these companies, some of them are actually worth 50 billion to 100 billion. Like, what a lot. Nigerian insurance firms might keep up to the tune of 5 billion or even 10 to 20 billion. The rest, they are reinsuring to the foreign companies. Another way we make money is risk selection. They don't insure everybody. Not everybody is insured the same way. A commercial driver, someone who drives and somebody who owns a private car, can never be insured the same way. Someone who drives on a regular basis, a commercial driver, would be insured with a riskier focus in mind. The amount it's going to pay is not going to be the same thing that you, who drives a private car, is going to be cost, because he's going to be asked to pay more. They don't insure everybody the same way. High risk, high premium, low risk, low premium, and this way we protect the poor. Fifth way insurance makes money is regulation. So we have a body called NICOM, which is the National Insurance Commission. It's the official regulatory body who enforces companies to keep reserve, submit financial reports, and prove solvency. When I mean keep reserve, so for every $100 or 100,000 naira that you pay to the insurance company, or even 1,000 naira that for every 1,000 naira that you pay to an insurance company, the insurance company is expected to have another 1,000 naira as reserve. That way, companies never go obsolete. So let me break it down for those who may not understand all the jargons I had spoken before, may not understand what premiums are, what insurance is. I'm going to break it down to our level, like to the simplest level for us to understand. Let's take little by little. Ajo and Asusu. It's the same thing with insurance. It's the same thing we had mentioned earlier when I said a pool of funds, 1,000 people paying 10,000 naira and making it 10 million naira in a pot. Small money, small group of persons, same group, everyone must collect. But in insurance, it is small money, big group of persons, only people with losses collect. Do you understand? Another key difference with Ajo and insurance is Ajo collapse if one person steals or one person refuses to pay. It disrupts the whole goal of the Ajo or Asusu you're doing. But insurance spreads the risk across thousands. That is how we do it. Ajo doesn't cover fire, neither does Ajo covers death or accident. You might say technically it covers death because when somebody dies, all of you will start contributing. But you don't even have to do that. But insurance covers death, covers life, covers fire and accident in case you find yourself in any of this situation. So insurance is not Ajo, but it is Ajo on steroids, backed by the laws and regulations. Now, let me clear these doubts that a lot of Nigerians always have. Insurance is a scam. Insurance companies don't pay. Truth is, they pay valid claims. Yes, I say valid claims. Somebody will say valid claim after I've paid my money and I'm telling me valid claim. Many Nigerians buy fake policies. We all know that, and I've said that before on this channel. Some of them go to cyber cafe to do their papers and get policies. At the end of the day, those policies are not connected to the insurance companies. Why some will go online to go and do it, Not with companies here. They go and search insurance company in Nigeria. Some of them, the insurance companies that they are related to are in Lagos, Abuja. Does it make sense? They cannot come down. You take them time. It's not like they cannot come, they will come, but you take them time to come and check, oh, this car, the condition of this car, the condition of these things you're asking us to do. Imagine some of them don't even have branches in Port Harcourt where you are. Does it make sense? No. So a lot of Nigerians buy fake policies, use the wrong document, and lie on proposal forms. This one is key because it's easier when people come out and say insurance companies are scams, but without telling you that they themselves try to scam the insurance company. You give a client a form to fill. He wants to do life insurance, and you ask him, how often do you smoke? Are you a smoker? And how often? Do you drink and how often? Do you have any terminal sickness, cancer, or even normal sickness like diabetes, asthma? They will all lie and say no, 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 no. And now what they forget is when you buy life insurance, some of these life insurance have a waiting period. And what is a waiting period? Basically, it's just a simple thing. Is if you buy this life insurance, you have a waiting period of 6 months, whereby nothing should happen to you within that 6 months. So after that 6 months, anything can happen, whether natural, artificial, accidental. The insurance company is liable for every loss that you have encountered. Some will say 1 month, some will say 3 months. Now, you buy a policy and you think that nothing is wrong with you. 2 weeks. Some of them that something happened like this on recent. When he did this insurance, he didn't tell his wife, he didn't tell him and his family, which I understand privacy and is good. It's not really a bad thing, but that's why you have to be open with your partner. Now he died only for us to go and realize that this man had 2 weeks when he had a waiting period of 6 months. He had high blood pressure. He died because of high blood pressure that has increased, which does not make sense at all. And now the company will not pay because he lied and he didn't wait for a wait. In fact, the company was not even going to pay because it was just 2 weeks. Except an accident happened. Like now, if he's going, okay, even if he had a sickness and probably he was just leaving the office and an accident happened, that's a different situation. Even if you had paid for only 1 week, even if you had just started your plan for just 1 week, the insurance company pays you your full life insurance. If your life insurance says, I am to get 50 million in the next 6 years, and maybe just that year you're paying yearly or monthly you're paying 100,000 and he has already paid 1 month 100,000 naira. He goes and an accident happened, somebody hit him. So no one, an accidental death, not necessarily sickness, must not even be somebody hitting you with car, accidental sick death. Insurance companies will pay his family 50 million naira. But imagine you not having an accidental death, you die after 2 weeks. What does that say? It tells me you already know what's going to happen. Probably your doctor already told you. So you know about insurance and probably they've been telling you to buy this thing you never wanted to buy. Now you thought about your family. You must have thought about it is, if I go now, are my family ready to cater for the future? Will my wife be able to cater for my boys for the school? Will my wife be able to carry the family, the pressure and every other thing? Are they ready if I'm no longer here? He probably said to himself, no. So he called the insurance company, came in and took up the plan and died after 2 weeks. So that is a scam. But it's always easy when people come out and, put all the blame on the insurance company and say they are scammers, forgetting that in Nigeria we're all on survival mode. We separately scam each other. You understand? So that was a scam. So at the end of the day, lie on the proposal form is a real thing. It's one of our biggest problems we face in insurance companies. And a lot of them, when they don't get paid, they go out to tell people that insurance is a scam. You never paid me. I had this issue. They tell you their own side of the story of how they had an issue, how this issue that they were supposed to be paid for, they never got paid. They won't tell you the full story of what happened. Another thing that we get is they don't read policy terms. Somebody comes to the office to do a policy. After everything, the policy goes through, he pays his money. You are expected to give the person a policy certificate, a policy document. Guess what? A lot of our clients in insurance in Nigeria, bet I can beat my chest to say this, 80 to 70% of them take that paper and go and drop it. In their mind, they've done it already. And why is that? When you're trying to sell to them, most agents are good enough, or marketers, they educate them. Some of them, as you're educating them, it enters here and falls here, and some of the information falls out. They only pick out what they are interested in. And why they pick out those things that they're interested in, sometimes they don't listen or remember the full information you tell them about that. So when we do these plans, we often give them their policy papers so they can go back home and read to understand in depth of what policy they bought is all about. But what they do is, after they are finished buying the plan, they just wrap this policy paper and drop. So when it's time for claims, they come and you come and tell us a term that was not agreed in the policy between you and I. And I said I can't pay you for that. You begin to panic. And when I say go and read your policy terms, you go and read it and it's written there. I look like a bad person. This same people go out to say insurance is a scam. So insurance is not sympathy, it is a contract. Because I'm not going to have pity on you just because. Yes. Another thing that people get wrong, they tell themselves that insurance is for rich people. What they don't know is 5,000 naira can insure a phone. 5,000 naira can insure a shop. Depending on what you have. Exactly. Sometimes your shop is not even, you don't have so much in there. By the time you look at, and how much does it take to insure your shop? 0.5%. So 0.5% for someone who has goods worth 300,000 naira, how much do you think you're going to pay for the entire worth of the goods? So how much do you think you're going to pay for a year? So 5,000 naira can actually insure a shop, and 30,000 naira can insure a life, depending on what you want. So the poor suffers more because they have no buffer, just because they believe that insurance is for the rich alone. Trust me, this is the funniest thing I've heard in Nigeria. Like, it's crazy how sometimes religion actually cripple up our minds. Like, as it's eating into our brains, that sometimes we don't think for ourselves. Prayer is my insurance. Prayer is good. But prayer didn't build shops after NSAS, did it? No. Insurance did for the ones who actually bought. And now, take a look at the fire incident that happened in Lagos, in two big Lagos markets. Damage to the floor. How many story buildings? All gone. I bet you some of those people will go back to the village. Some of those people will take them 3 years to start all over. Some of them, they will cry, end up in the hospital, and give up the ghost. Prayer will not save some of them. What is going to save them is insurance. All because they did not do insurance. All because they didn't pay that little amount for the worth of their store. Do you know that as these buildings got burnt down, most of them in that place, they are renting. The building is not theirs. This building has burnt down. You go to an insurance company, they give you back the amount you used to insure those goods that you had at the time you insured. You will just take the money jejely and go and rent somewhere else. Abi? The cry will not even be as much as you're crying. For all gone. I can bet you a lot of them don't have insurance in that building. Goods gone. Millions of naira to the ground. All wasted. Prayer don't replace cars after flood. Or the flood that is happening, the one that happens around me. What the flood, when rain falls and the flooded areas, that cars will just go and stop, they'll start calling the mechanic. How many people do you see praying at that point? And even when you pray, money doesn't fall from heaven. Prayer does not pay hospital bills. Prayer does not pay hospital bills. Remember, I said prayer is good, but it doesn't pay hospital bills. You will not go to UPTH and tell them to treat you, and you will pray for the doctor and walk away after being treated. Would you? You would never. So what you need is faith plus wisdom equals protection. Combine your prayers with your insurance plan. Protection forever. That's all you need. So how do you know that the insurance you have is legit, and you know that you can carry yourself with confidence that I have an insurance, or I have insurance, I am going to be protected, my house is protected, my store is protected, my company is protected, my life, my kids, my wife? Is buy from licensed insurance. Make sure that the companies you are buying from, that they have told you that they are going to sell to you, is licensed. Go online and check Google.com. You see the companies that are registered, the registered insurance companies. And if this one, the name is not there, please run away. Flee. Then read exclusion. Read exclusion, because what people don't understand is people always read what is included in the policy. Read exclusion. What I mean by exclusion is when giving your policy paper, the terms and conditions of what this particular policy you have bought entails. People only focus on, like I said, when I come to market you an insurance policy, probably you will hear everything I've said and just throw it, and it goes affirmation that ear. You pick the one you want to hear. Now, you're only interested in what you're going to get, what you're going to do, which is fine. That is why I'm coming to you, to help you, to make your life better. And it's not for me, it's for you and your loved ones. But always pay attention to what is excluded, because there's some things that maybe that insurance claim is not catering for, is not supposed to cater for. Like the man I had mentioned earlier, he bought third-party insurance because he had a vague understanding of what insurance is. He felt insurance na insurance. I buy third party that you had bought for somebody else in case you get into an accident and you hit somebody. You're the one. The car offends somebody. The car offends and hits somebody else's car. The car hits somebody else's fence. It's for a stranger you don't freaking know. He had the bonus to go into the insurance company to ask them to give him a refund for his car that was stolen. So always read the exclusions, because he did not read his policy papers to read the terms and conditions, and he did not pay attention to the exclusions in those papers to see that this particular insurance he had bought does not cover him. So keep receipts and evidence. Always keep receipts and evidence, and always ask tons of questions. Ask as many questions that you're supposed to ask. Don't be scared. Anything you don't understand, anything you don't want, you want them to cover, you should tell, oh, can this be covered? Or why is this not covered? Like I said, when you have gone through what you're supposed to read, ask as much questions as necessary. Don't delay claims notification. Once something happens like this, send pictures, videos, evidence of everything. Don't waste time, because once you waste time, you said they will delay you. And not knowing that you have already wasted time, when you come to the insurance company, you start doing fire brigade. I want it now. Oh, why did you delay? Why did this? Why did that? And what you should always have to understand is investigations take place. Those are due processes when it comes to insurance. Don't assume all insurance are same. Never assume all insurance are same. And this happened to a family friend of mine. She bought endowment insurance for her kids, like life insurance. Her house got burned down to the ground. Not even to the ground, almost everything. But guess what? She came to the insurance company to make it clear that they should give her, like, her house got burned down. Like I said, vague understanding of how insurance works. So never assume all insurance is the same. She bought a life plan, but now something for non-life happened. Those are actually called general business in the frame of insurance. They are called general business, where it's to do with car, houses, and objects, items, those are non-life. Something about non-life happened. And you came for life to give you the money that your house got burnt down. When we have house insurance, you never insured your home, but you wanted them to give you the money. At some point, she realized, oh, they are different insurance. She was not asking that they should give them something. That can't they give them something from there? Now, how much have they paid? They've paid in only 2 years for 100 million. So imagine only 2 years money that will give you 100 million. It's not even much. But because they had this idea that 100 million is theirs, if anything happens to them, even if they paid for only 2 weeks, you know how insurance works. Whether it's only 2 years you've paid and something happened, you have access to the 100 million. So they were coming to them to give them money from that pool, even when you have already paid 2 years. It doesn't make sense. You want to scam the company, what? You want to scam them? It doesn't make sense. So these are how insurance works, and that's why a lot of people go with the misconception that insurance is a scam. There's no deep understanding of how the industry works or how insurance works. So never, like I said, never ever assume all insurance is the same. Just because I have insurance, anything that happens to me, I have an idea that, okay, insurance will take care of this. You now call insurance companies. It is never the same. Here are Nigerian insurance hacks that most people don't know. Comprehensive motor insurance is cheaper than repairing modern cars. Quote me anywhere. Business insurance gives banks confidence to lend you money. Baby, I remember when Diamond Bank was still functioning. Then, as a business person, you want to go and collect any loan, they will tell you to go and insure. Go and insure. You must insure. That insurance gives them confidence. Some of you know this, some of you have business with that usually collect money from the bank. You realize that you actually sign an insurance form. I have a client that took 10 million naira some months back. That was August 2025. 10 million naira. He sells lights, features, and interior decors, lighting decors for homes. So he took a 10 million naira loan. He signed an insurance paper. Banks want you to protect the goods of which they are giving you money for. Why? If fire happens or theft, burglary, something happens and those goods are gone, the insurance companies come in. Will give you the worth of the goods. Give you the worth of the goods. Now, there are two types of insurance in this point. They insure for the loan you're taking, and they also ask you to insure for the store. Because why would I give you money to put in a business that I am not sure that if fire happens or theft happens, I am going to get my money back. I am the one who's going to lose. So banks will always have confidence if you have insurance for your business to lend you. The other thing banks do is they can actually give you that particular loan and protect that particular loan. Why? If anything happens, life happens, you can't pay, the insurance companies pay them back that particular amount of loan that they had given to you. Another hack is group insurance is cheaper. Now, group insurance is when you come together as an association. A lot of churches take this. They have group, women group, even your normal meeting. You know all those Dorcas meetings, Unique Sisters meetings, and all those meetings that your mom and your fellow men do have, where you come together, contribute, play football together, do susu or ajo. You can come together to have a group life. That way, if somebody dies or something happens to anybody from the group or the person's parents, person's godmother, something definitely happens somewhere. You are not coming together to put money again by yourself. The insurance companies pays them. People don't understand that in group insurance, you can actually use the sum of 30k to get 5 million, 30 to 35,000 naira to get the sum of 5 million naira for one person. But imagine a group of 10 people, somebody dies, so now have to group themselves and say, oh, let's contribute 30,000 naira. How much is that going to come out? It's not even up to a million naira. It's not up to a million naira. But imagine if each of them took up group life, they came as a group and took a group life insurance. When something like that happened to any member, insurance companies use that same 30k that you are paying that you used to contribute, that amounts to something small, to pay that family 5 million naira. Some groups actually do this. Sometimes they don't tell you to pay the family 5 million directly. They have the association post. We pay the 5 million naira to the association, they now give from there to the families. So that way, they're not, you know that those kind of group will not give family 100k, 500k. The least that kind of family will have is 1 million, 2 million. Now, because of that life of 5 million naira that they have gotten, they can be able to do more things when it comes to the association. So they might not need to give you all, but from there they have a balance of 3 million. Even if they give you 2 million, they have a balance of 3 million naira and they can do a lot with it. So that's how it happens. Now, another hack that people don't understand is life insurance is used as a collateral. Health insurance is cheaper than one hospital's admission. How much do you pay when you go to the hospital? I have not heard anybody in the last 6 to 7 years that says I went to the hospital, had an admission, that did not pay to the tune of 150, 300k. To the cost, it just keeps getting worse. But people don't get that the amount you pay to get that 300 or 400 or 500 or 1 million naira is cheaper than that moment when they ask you to go and get the money. Because sicknesses are sometimes unforeseen. You never plan for them. Accident, something happens, you find yourself in a hospital. Nobody plans to get sick. Your insurance comes in and save the day. That for you to stay there, and people start struggling to get 300, 1 million naira, 500k, 150 to pay the hospital. It doesn't make sense, right? So let me challenge you today. If you lost your phone today, your car tomorrow, your health next week, or your shop next month, who pays? Savings, family, GoFundMe, get them back the same year you lost them. Or you're going to use a system that is already prepared for losses. I challenge you today, this week, check one risk in your life. Insure just one thing, not everything, just one. Because insurance is not for when things are good alone. It's for certainty, for when uncertain Nigerian happens. If this video opened your eyes, please like, subscribe, follow, and comment and show me if you want to know more on any of the things that was mentioned in this video. Insurance is not a scam. Ignorance is more expensive.